Hey, my name's Vortex Plays. Welcome to an ADHD quiz. I have poor attention to detail. Simply is because I'm not paying attention? Yes. Surfing is one complex, doing several things at once? Yes. I may appear to be listening, but my mind wanders and I miss what's being said. I sometimes even lose track of what I'm saying or go off on tangents. If I tune out, I don't really remember. It depends. It depends on if I'm interested in a conversation or not. I definitely lose track of what I'm saying. Definitely go off on tangents sometimes, especially if it's texting. I say yes. I prefer to jump right in, rather than read the instructions, guide to recipes. I struggle to stick to routine schedules and plans. I know what to do, I just don't seem to do it. I wouldn't say I struggle to stick to routine schedules or plans. I have a calendar, I have reminders on my phone. If there's something I have to get done, I instantly make like a reminder for it on my phone. I write it down. I hate routine. I'd rather things just be more spontaneous and stuff. It's fine if it's something I'm interested in. I prefer to jump right in. Yes. My to-do lists feel overwhelming. I often procrastinate, unsure where to start or what I need. Yes, I've always done that. Yeah, I'm gonna say yes. I struggle with jobs that demand focus for a long time. I dislike routine, repetitive tasks. I hate paperwork, but when I'm interested, I'm super focused. Say yes. I often misplace my keys. Phone keys or see, I don't do that because unless, like I've noticed recently, like the more I've been focusing on doing videos and doing stuff for YouTube, that if I'm in the zone and if I have little things around the house that I need to do, like just small things that don't take much time or effort, I can usually do those in that same realm of time I'm focused on this other thing. I just might screw up more, and it is entirely possible. It is so much more likely that I will misplace my phone or keys or TV movement in that time if I'm in that state of hyper-focus. I just had a minute ago, I was important paperwork. No, because I've made a habit out of not doing that. My home and workspace is cluttered, piles everywhere so I can find things, otherwise I'll forget them. Yes. Easily distracted by conversations, noises, or activity around me, imagining ideas or situations. I'm smart, but a bit absent-minded. I've always said I'm a daydreamer. I often lose track of what I was supposed to be doing. I'm bad with dates, names, or appointments, or forget to bring something I need. I've bought things and realized I already own one. Horrible with names. I'm bad with dates if I don't write them down. Do any of these ring a bell? I mean, yeah. They should have like a time thing. Like, you know, some quizzes will say like in the past 2 weeks or like in the past 3 months or whatever. I feel like that's something that's really missing from this quiz. I fidget, tap my foot, doodle, or shift in my seat to help focus. It's like I have a dynamo inside me. I doodle. I have always doodled. I've always like fidgeted with like my pencil. I do it more because I'm bored though, to help focus. Like in school, I've doodled a ton. Creatively destroyed binders because I was bored, and it was like it's fun to like doodle around ripped pages and stuff. But to help focus, not so much. If you're restless during long meetings, classes, or yeah, fidget tap. I do that, but I'll say no because it's not to help focus. I tend to walk quickly, sitting still, and listening to colors, challenging, nothing is agitating. I say no. My mind is always going, falling asleep. Not difficult for me. I'm curious, always on to the next idea or interest, seeking novelty. Not all of these may resonate, but pick yes if any of them do. Yes. Especially always on to the next idea or interest, seeking novelty. Yes. Small talk is boring. Kill it with fire. I love trying new things. Been there, done that. Next. Sure. Yeah, I guess. Because sometimes rushing things can make it more interesting to like keep interested if it's urgent. Making like a deadline for yourself, like see how fast you can do something and things like that. When something interests me, I'm totally immersed, enthused, wanting to know everything. I'm more of a sprinter than a marathoner. I've always had the same interests, I think. I'm totally immersed, enthused, wanting to know everything for a while. Interests. The interest part is what really gets me. I want to say yes. I'm driven. So, yes. Until I cry. Fine. Yes. I start telling stories. Not really. I'm not that much of an extrovert, so I'm not that talkative, no. I'm full of ideas, my mind races, and I have to get it out. I love to contribute my ideas, and I have lots of them. I don't know, I've always been full of ideas. I'm trying to think, because I was on Vitex for like a year. I'm trying to think to before I started taking Vitex. I've always been full of ideas. No? Yes? No? Yeah, I'm full, I don't know. Maybe no. Maybe not to that extent. I hate long lineups in stores, drive-thrus, and lizards. That's like one of my worst fears with driving. I hate waiting for people. Small talk is boring. I get impatient. Just give me highlights. Yes. Because I'm enthused or interested. Enthused and interested. Before I started taking Vitex, was I like that? I tend to interrupt people. No, because I'm enthused and interested. Okay. I was the quiet kid in high school. I didn't dominate the conversation. I'll say no. 13 out of 14. Why can't it just give you like a percentage? 72. Okay. Your score suggests inattention is a problem for you. While most people struggle with some of these symptoms, that doesn't mean they have ADHD. They could be stressed by major life events or any number of medical issues. Those of us with this type of ADHD struggle with attention and distractibility, may be forgetful, sensitive, distracted, or overwhelmed by hectic situations. We may be poor at listening, our thoughts wander, we tune out as well. Unlike many people who have ADHD, we're not hyperactivate or impulsive. Those who have problems with attention combined subtype. It's not a lack of effort, intelligence, or weak character. It's not caused by diet, TV, video games, lazy teachers, or bad parents. It's definitely not new. Who created this quiz? I did. I created this quiz. Rick Green. Okay, well, that's it, I guess. So, I got a 13 out of 18. I was looking around last night because I did record a video about my experience with Vitex, a little more in depth, but then I deleted it because I thought, well, no one's going to be interested in watching this. But then I thought, no, there needs to be more information about Vitex. I say information lightly because it's just my experience. Herbs, different natural medicines can affect everyone differently, and some people might even be allergic and not even know. Even when I first started taking Vitex, I noticed I was a little more indecisive, a little more forgetful, a little more ADHD-like, but I thought, okay, maybe this is just how Vitex interacts with my brain. Maybe this is fine. Maybe this is just like a side effect. Like it was just like a minor side effect of it at the start. After I started taking it for a longer period than I should have, by accident, the side effects started to get worse. Maybe that's when I started thinking maybe I have ADHD, because side effects wouldn't get worse, right? That's what I thought, until I got tested for it. I won't go into too much detail about that, but basically, the doctor said I don't have ADHD, I'm just depressed, which I haven't been depressed since I started taking Vitex, which is a great thing. Even after I got off Vitex, like months ago, I'm still not depressed. I wouldn't say I'm depressed or have depression. It's really dumb because like I definitely mentioned the Vitex at the meeting, like to the doctor, I'm pretty sure. Based off his demeanor alone, he didn't seem interested at all in what I had to say. He didn't seem that interested or didn't seem to care about it. It didn't seem like a great test. Anyway, so my result the last time I got tested was negative. I got tested when I was in middle school too. I think I got tested through the school system and it came back negative then, but I hadn't hit puberty yet, which is when ADHD really starts to create problems, I think. So that could be why I tested negative back then, if it ever turns out I do have ADHD. As I start taking Vitex for a longer stretch of time, my anxiety levels were getting really bad. Maybe it's my Vitex that's causing me to be so anxious. Like maybe this is an adverse side effect and maybe I should stop taking it. And it was kind of a scary decision because I thought, well, what if I stop taking Vitex and I become depressed again? No matter how much anxiety I have at any point in my life, I think it's still preferable having depression. I was scared to get off Vitex for a few days, but then my anxiety just started getting really bad, and then I thought, okay, I'm quitting this. I took a little bit less, and then a little bit less, and then I got off of it. My anxiety obviously got a whole lot better. I'm still not depressed, like I said. I haven't had any depression since I got off of it, which is really surprising. Like, why hasn't my depression come back yet? But also my forgetfulness and indecisiveness and procrastination and all those, like, I guess, side effects from the Vitex haven't completely worn off yet. I changed a few things. What's the word? I don't even know the word for that. Like, I should probably stop talking now. I don't know what I'm talking about, but I would love to talk to a doctor who's actually interested in this stuff, who actually knows a little bit about what I'm talking about and figure out how Vitex affected me. I have, like, in my research of ADHD, I did find something about people who developed ADHD later in life, or like, no, it was about college students, I think. It's like people didn't really discover they had ADHD until college, and that stress can finally like make ADHD obvious, can really make it more obvious that they've had it all along. Or also people like me who had like depression and anxiety like all throughout high school. I feel depression and anxiety can cover up, like kind of mask ADHD symptoms. I really don't know. I really can't say at this point. But one thing's for sure, I don't trust the last test I had. Also, that place I got tested, I said like he didn't seem that interested in it, and it came back negative. I looked up the ratings for that place after I got back home, of course, after I took the test. They're pretty bad. Like, a lot of people said they had similar experiences where they didn't seem to care. They seemed stressed or like too busy. A lot of bad stuff. I wouldn't ever go there again. It's just I live in a small town. I don't feel like I need to call them out. I just really hope this stuff gets better at some point and that my depression stays away. I mean, if I had a choice to be a little bit ADHD or to have my depression come back, of freaking course I would choose to have mild ADHD, or like mild ADHD, like whatever. I can't live stream. Oh, yeah. I mentioned at one point I wanted to live stream more. This is going back to that video I made about the fidget toys, that's where I mentioned about maybe having ADHD, I mentioned I wanted to live stream more. And then after that I tried live streaming a few times, and it didn't work. Our Wi-Fi just wasn't made for live streaming, so I can't do that. I would definitely live stream if I could. I would definitely live stream, but I can't right now. It's just so, God, I wouldn't have to edit. I could put out so much more content because I wouldn't have to edit anything. I wouldn't have to edit anything or schedule anything, it would just be there live. So I think that's it. I think I said everything I need to say. That was bad. That does it for this video. I hope maybe you got something out of it. Some information of some kind. I don't know. Do you have ADHD? I mean, no. I've never been diagnosed with ADHD, but maybe I should. I don't know. Peace, love, rock. I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Get out of here. Don't forget to comment. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. I try to post like every other day, so ring that bell so you know what days I upload. Peace, love, rock. Bye.